link stored to a buffer. Did I make a part?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
When you moved it.
Assembly. I don't forget to do that. I did that on purpose just to, yeah, right. And the sun was in my eyes. Time for my nap. Okay, it's going to be inch pounds assembly design, right? Other options would be ECAD is for electronics, harness is for cabling and stuff, which is a huge thing actually. Okay, there's my planes and my coordinate system. You don't even have to have those turned on, I just want to show you. So you'll be using these three buttons. Okay, this is to toggle on and off the exploded view. This is to move stuff around the exploded view. We're not there yet. We need to add some components, assemble components. Don't use the one underneath it. That's create a component in the assembly. See the little white thing next to it like do? So eventually we'll be creating in the wheel assembly revise a custom-made key that will fit in there. Okay? We're making a part inside the assembly, and its dimensions will be referenced to other components, right? But not today. Assemble. Chain link 1. Okay. So this guy, if I go to move, translate, rarely use rotate, that thing is just completely free. Okay. Whoa. Okay, what you want to do is first, until you really get used to it, is always click on placement. This is where you select your references and the type of constraints. Notice there's an automatic there. If you click on that, there's mate, align, insert, and default. Those are the ones you'll be using. Okay. I'm going to be using automatic pretty soon. Automatic, what it does, if you just start go in and start selecting references, and based on what you select and the orientation and position of the two components, it will try to make an assumption of which one you want. Makes sense, right? It's easy, I'll show you. Right now I want to do it stick shift. Oh, I'm going to pick default, okay? I want to mention, so you're not confused here, all of this is repeated up here. Okay, this is just a shortcut. And these are your offsets, coincident, offset, and orient. Don't use these. These are for the kinematic analysis. Don't use those. I'm going to use this. It's obvious. Come down to default. Watch this. Bam. Coordinate systems line up. Done. No white box. Cool. Good time to save it. Save. Saves in the correct place because I've already opened up parts there. You should have an assembly file there now. If I refresh this. Refresh? Should be showing. Oh, there it is. ASM. .asm. Please turn this stuff off. We don't need it. Just make sure it's fully defined. Next component is going to be chain link 2 right here. Chain link 2. I'm going to use move and just kind of move it over there. Okay. So what do I use to make it concentric? Always make things concentric first. Okay, if you have 2 holes, a hole and a bolt, or 4 holes, you want to make things concentric first. If you have 4 holes, you don't need to make all 4 of them, depending on the geometry, usually just 2. So I want to use, let's just stick shift here for a minute. I want to use insert, select that face, select that face. And I go to move, and I could use rotate. I don't want to because it looks like it's rotated correctly, right? I don't want to mess with that. So the next constraint is I want to, come here. I want to say new constraint. I want to make this flush with this. So it's going to be what? Align and coincident. Notice it says select component item and select assembly item. The component item is the part or component coming in. The assembly item is whatever is already assembled, which is this part, references on it. But does it matter which one I pick first, this or this, or this or this? No, it doesn't matter. To make sure, it wants to pick edges and vertices, just pick them. Just watch what pre-highlights. Did it, wow. Here it is, allow assumptions, fully constrained. Do I care about the rotation? I do, but it seems to be rotated correctly. So I'm happy with it, done. Occasionally when you hit done, it'll flip on you and do something stupid, it'll flip. I hate that, but it should be okay. Good? Too fast, too slow? Just right. Let's bring in this one. And I'll start using a little bit of automatic. Same part, copy paste. Oops, I want to go to move it kind of over there. Right there. So I'm going to leave it on automatic. So if I pick on this surface and select that surface, what is it going to assume? What do you think? What else could it assume except insert? So it made insert automatically. And there's no offsets on this one. Then I want to make this surface flush with this one just like before. And I don't, as long as it says partially constrained down here, I don't have to click on new constraint. I just select a new reference surface and another one. So I picked a line because they're facing the same direction. But I was a little bit too far away for it to assume a coincidence. Is that hard to fix? I don't think so. By the way, you have to flip the mate here. Line mate. That's really handy. Now it's fully constrained, allowing rotation assumptions. Is this the way that's supposed to? No. Okay. Okay, got to turn it. So let me see. I'm going to do it stick shift first, and then do it again automatic to show you what can happen. So stick shift. And by the way, if this says fully constrained, you have to add a new. And I'm going to say align, orient. And I say to myself, I want this surface face the same direction as that surface, right? Wouldn't it? Rotate that around, face the right. I want this surface is facing this way. This one's now facing the other way. But I'm going to tell it when I hit this surface, I want them both to face towards the right. So this should flip around to face the right. Yeah. You scratching it. Okay? Okay? Okay, so let me undo that one move here. Get this aligned back in. Oh, constraint. Oh, it's still doing that. Okay. Let me first start from here again. I'm going to try it with automatic. Oh, it's still keeping. Okay. What's going to happen if you use automatic? Automatic and coincident. Select that face. Select this one. They're facing the opposite direction, so it's going to assume a mate, correct? But that's where they're at now, which is incorrect. And it's going to try to make them coincident. Can this surface slide over there? So it's not going to work. So you go, that's okay, that's okay. I need it to be oriented, and then I'm going to flip it to. So we fix it, right? Just so you know, there is in here, so you see it, you know what it is. Angle offset, where you can actually enter in an angle of 45.375, whatever. It'll make it that angle. But if it's 0 or 180, you want to use align oriented or something. Fully constrained, Let's bring in number 3 here. Chain link 3. Now this guy we don't care about rotation at all, do we? It's the same all the way around. So it's going to be insert. I believe mate offset, right? See if we can do this guy. Yeah. This should not be too hard. It's not 0.4, it's 0.015. Allow assumption? Sure, why not? I'll bring this one in. That's really weird. How about if I do this? It's partially constrained, right? And make these align coincidentally. This one is kind of a child of this one now, right? Fully constrained. So now if I double click on this component, the offset shows up. Now I said the offset shows up. Take 0.25, regenerate, regenerate. I just hit undo here, right? They go together. And that, yeah, right. Whew. Trying to kind of go through this quickly. Okay. Not going to put me on YouTube, you see? I keep looking for myself on YouTube. Okay, let's add some colors. Up here is a little gray thing. Gallery, that's a fancy word. So click on the little arrow next to it. And all kinds of colors here. It's kind of fun to play with those, but I'm not going to waste your time. Select yellow, the bottom piece. It turns into a brush, isn't that cool? Select, this guy's up here. Either hit OK or the middle mouse button to apply. I pick another color. And I hold down the control key to pick 2 components middle. And then while that color is still active, these are the colors you've used. If not, you can move over to it and click on it. With that active, edit model appearances. Come down here to and change the transparency to like 50%. I'm going to leave these white. It's fine. You really want to add the colors. It really helps. Let's bring in the last component, which is the first component. Chain link 1. And let's see, I want that to be concentric with that. What happened to it? Oh, there. Right to it. Now I have 2 things that make concentric here, right? Don't forget to make this concentric. Watch this. Just ever so slightly. That would have produced then interference, right? They would have scrunched into each other. Last but not least, I want that to be flush with that. And I'm done. And I go back and change my color to this one. Left, middle, done. And save it. Yay.
Is the top one offset?
Yeah, it works out so that if you got 15th out here, it works out 15th out there. Is that the best design? No. I would have actually made it or lined the planes in the center. I would have kept them in the center all the time, right? I think the tutorial that I stole this from